Hello everyone. Welcome to the first lecture of Human Resource Management from Unit 3. The topic which we are going to cover in this lecture is job analysis. Before we start, let us have a look on a video based on job analysis.
Job analysis. Job analysis is the systematic study of tasks, duties, and responsibilities of a job and the knowledge, skills, abilities and other requirements needed to perform it. Accurate job analysis data is essential due to Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Bona fide occupational requirements or BOQs dictate that companies may only discriminate on the basis of religion, sex or national origin when the characteristic is essential to the job requirements. For this reason, organizations must ensure that they have legally defensible data to support job requirements if used on an exclusionary basis. Job analysis may be extremely detailed and include any range of activities, tasks, duties, and behaviors necessary to perform a job. The breadth and depth of these details requires analysts to use various methods. Let's examine some of the key methods that a job analyst must use in order to complete a proper job analysis. One method of job analysis is observation, where an analyst observes the incumbent for a period of time, taking detailed notes. This may include time and motion studies, video, computer or telephone monitoring. Another major technique is interviews. Questions may be open-ended or involve details such as what types of problems do you solve? Interviewing may also examine relationships to other jobs, special terms, physical environment and other qualifications. Another major technique is surveys, where questionnaires with open and closed-ended questions are distributed to many incumbents at once. This has the benefit of being cost-effective and may allow the incumbent to be more honest, due to anonymity. In some cases, work samples will be collected in order to get more specific information. For example, the incumbent could provide an example of a widget produced or a presentation delivered. An additional method called the critical incident technique allows incumbents to illustrate work behaviors that have led to particularly successful or unsuccessful performance. Questions such as "tell me about a time" may be used. One final method is to utilize pre-designed questionnaires in order to conduct your research. Some examples include the Position Analysis Questionnaire, the Work Design Questionnaire, and ONET Online. Job analysis outputs in several important products. A job description, specification, evaluation and performance criteria can be written. This provides input for job design, resource planning, recruitment, training, and performance appraisal. Finally, a thorough job analysis protects the organization from equal employment and ADA lawsuits due to improper procedures. Hiring, firing and promotion decisions must be made in accordance with a thorough job analysis to avoid lawsuits. Thanks for watching and
Now let us understand what job analysis is. Job analysis is activity of studying the nature of an existing job, analyzing it to provide insight into the associated issues like how difficult or easy the job is, what is the standard quantity of work output for a job, and also what kind of skills and capabilities are required for performing a job. The job analysis may be used for many different purposes such as recruitment, training, need analysis, and job evaluation. A job analysis must include a job description of the job analyzed. Job analysis may vary depending upon the nature of analysis carried out and the end purpose for which it is to be used. What does job analysis involve? So the process of job analysis involves in-depth investigation in order to control the output, that is, get the job performed successfully. The process helps in finding out what a particular department requires and what are the prospective workers need to deliver. It also helps in determining particulars about job including job title, job location, job summary, duties involved, working conditions, possible hazards and machines, tools and equipments and materials to be used for the existing or potential employees. By this diagram, we can best explain that what are the titles, descriptions, time frame, duties and skills are required to perform a particular job. Here we can see in this diagram that the job analysis gives you an idea about that particular workstation should be given what task, which person should be the best suitable person for that particular workstation depending upon their qualities, abilities, skills, knowledge, experience and talents. So this is how we have understood what job analysis is. Now let us understand about the job analysis methods. There are few of the methods which is very much important for analyzing any job in the organization. First is observation method, second is interview method, questionnaire method, technical conference and diary maintenance. Now let us understand what is the importance of job analysis. So determining the success of the job depends upon the unbiased selection through proper job analysis. It also helps in recruiting the right people for a particular job, and the main purpose of conducting this whole process is to create and establish a perfect fit between the job and the employees. Let us understand about the importance of job analysis, which is also continued with this slide. So job analysis also helps the HR managers in deciding the compensation package and the additional perks, incentives for a particular job position. It effectively contributes in assessing the training needs and performance of the existing employees. The process forms the basis to design and establish the strategies, policies to fulfill the organizational goals and objectives. Job analysis are studied into three different aspects. Like when we analyze the job, we have to analyze in three different aspects, that is job description, job specification and job evaluation. So we can say that job analysis is divided into three different parts, that is job description, job specification and job evaluation. Wherein job description talks about the job specification talks about the job holder, the person who will be performing that particular job, and job evaluation is a comparative study among the different jobs lying within the organization, which decides upon the hierarchy of the job. Job description, it is prepared on the basis of data collected through job analysis. It is narration of the content of the job. It is a description of the activities and duties performed in a job, the relationship of the job with other jobs, and the equipments and tools involved, the nature of supervision. All major categories of job needs to be spelled out in a clear and comprehensive manner to determine the qualification and skills required to perform a job. To conclude, job description differentiates on the job from the other. It is written statement of what a job holder does, how it is done and why it is done. Now the purpose of job description is that it provides you the facility for grading and classification of the job, placement and orientation of the new employee. It also helps in promotion and transfer. It also outlines the career path of an employee and developing work standards within the organization. It also helps in counseling of employees. Now let us understand with this diagram that the job description areas are, first of all, it has to find out the roles and duties of a particular job on the basis of organizational goals. Then you have to find out the educational qualification which is required to perform this particular roles and duties. So what are the essential educational qualifications? What are the basic skills needed to perform this particular roles and duties in the organization? And what would be the exact salary given to that particular role and duties, the person who is going to perform this particular task? So this is how we have understood what the area of job description is and how we have to find out the different roles and their qualifications and skills. Now second part is job specification. While job description focuses on job specification focuses on person, that is the job holder. Job specification is the statement of minimum level of qualification, physical and other abilities, experiences, judgment and attributes required for performing a job effectively. Thus, it is a statement of minimum acceptable level of qualification that an incumbent must possess to perform a job. It set forth the knowledge, skills, and abilities required to perform a job. Job specification specifies physical, personal, social, and behavioral characteristics of the job holder. Now, let us understand what are the uses of job specification. So, the first use is personal planning. It helps into the planning of a personal human planning in the organization. Second is performance appraisal. Third is hiring and then training and development. It also helps in job evaluation and compensation, health and safety, employee discipline and work scheduling, and also career planning. So this is the best diagrammatic view that you can find out that what job analysis has two different parts: job description, job specification, wherein job description talks about the job title, job location, summary, reporting to, working conditions, job duties, machines used to be, and hazardous. Second is job specification. It talks about the person who will perform that particular job, their qualifications, experiences, training, skills, responsibility, emotional characteristics, and sensory demands. So these are the two major characteristics or two major parts of job analysis, which is called job description and job specification. And the last part, that is the third part, is job evaluation. So wherein job evaluation is a comparative process of establishing the value of different jobs in an hierarchical order. It also helps for grading different jobs and developing a suitable pay structure for them. But it cannot be the sole determining factor for deciding the pay structure, because job evaluation is all about relationships. Techniques used for job evaluation includes ranking, job classification, point rating, etc. In this diagram, we can see how the job evaluation has been done on the basis of their hierarchical position. The person who is sitting on the hierarchical position is considered to be the person who has a position higher than the person who is sitting at the lower hierarchy position, and therefore the lower hierarchical position has to report to the higher one. So this is how the comparative study of job evaluation, or each and every job lying within the organization, is being compared on the basis of their hierarchy. Now this comes to the end of this lecture. Thank you and have a nice time.